Is this kind of ceiling that you imagine for him when you recruited him? And then second, Pringle also talked about he needs to improve defensively with his drop coverage. He also needs to improve with his free throws. What are some things you kind of saw from his game that he could improve on going forward?
You know, he obviously needs to work on converting his free throws. He needs to work on protecting the rim a little bit better. I mean, you kind of see the highlight blocks, but, you know, when you look at our defensive efficiency numbers, we're better off when Charles is in. Charles has a year in the system, though, understands it better. He's got a little more size on Nick. But, you know, I mean, Nick's activity level, he won the hard hat tonight. He gets to the old boards. You can tell his athleticism. I mean, if he could make a free throw or make the one dunk he missed, he's got a 20-10 night going, which is pretty impressive. You know, with the amount, he just played over 20 minutes, less than 21 minutes. So I'm happy for him because he's a guy that a little frustrated because he wasn't playing as much, not too long ago, and just kept working hard. We actually put him on the scout team maybe a month or so ago to get him more reps, and he's done a great job emulating the other team's bigs and really does a pretty good job scoring on Clowney and Charles and Noah. So the one post move he missed in the first half, I see him score that on Charles quite a lot. So, I kind of expect him to score it. But he's a guy that we need to have playing well for us because we need some depth inside, and it's good to see him play well.
Brandon scored double-digit points in all but one of his games. Just how surreal is that kind of consistency from a freshman? I know you talked about him a little bit earlier, but
which one did he not? Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, and we still won that one. So, yeah, I mean, that's why he's the fastest freshman in Alabama history to get to 500 because he's consistently there every night. I mean, even when teams try to take him out, he finds ways. We get some buckets in transition. He gets the old boards and gets some buckets. He gets fouled. His free throw percentage is high. He's 4 for 4 tonight. So he's got all kinds of different ways to score it. And I think you can try to take him out, and you can do a really good job on him, and he still ends up with 14, 15, 16 on a great defensive night by the opponent. He still ends up finding a way to about 15 points on a regular basis, it seems.
Coach, you mentioned the Vandy game that came after the loss and then tonight's performance that come after a loss. Did you see any similarities in the weeks of preparation, the days of preparation that came into those two games?
Yeah, I think our guys got a way about them, make sure that we're going to come out with a little bit different result. The practices were good. Film sessions were better. We've got a group that owns, what they need to get better at. I mean, we've talked pretty openly and regularly after losses. What was the issue and what do we got to get better at? They own it. They're going to make sure that it doesn't pop up again as an issue, and I think for the most part, they've done a pretty good job at it. So that's pretty similar. The Oklahoma one was much sort of disappointing than the Tennessee one. I thought the Oklahoma one, we just didn't bring the effort we needed to. Tennessee one, we just didn't handle their physicality very well at all and turned the ball over too much. But I thought we came and played pretty hard at Tennessee. We just turned the ball over too much with their physicality.
This was another sellout. Nick Saban was here again, and obviously it's been a year of a pretty big crowds. Just what has it been like to play in front of those, and what sort of energy did they give you tonight?
It's great to have sellouts. It's great for our guys. Shows them that the community is supporting them, that we've got a great fan base that wants to see them succeed. If we take care of business here over the next 3 weeks, hopefully we're playing in Birmingham in the NCAA tournament, can get as big a pro-Alabama crowd as we can possibly get up there. So, it's great for our guys. It shows you the level we've got in the program, too. Because when my first year here, we weren't getting all these sellouts, not for a team what's Georgia's record right now in SEC, they're sub 500 in the SEC. We weren't selling those types of games out. So it's great that we're selling those out now.
They came out in zone. You guys hit a bunch of threes to start it off. You as a staff and your team, you kind of like licking your chops when you see a team play zone and when you can get an early lead like that. How important is that, especially at home?
Yeah, we haven't really had much issue with zones. You got to one of the best shooters in the country at 6'9". If they're going to try to zone you and let him get freed up, that's usually works to our advantage. It has about every time we've seen it. With as well as we shoot it, most coaches are a lot more reluctant to let Sears or Brandon or Namari or Quinterly or Rylan, whoever, go down the list, free for a three. So, but teams also have a hard time guarding us man sometimes because we can get in the paint and then you force help and you're giving up, layups or threes. So the zone, some ways makes sense, but I think we've done a pretty good job handling it. It was great the way we handled it tonight. I thought, and Texas A&M's only a game behind us. You watch the way they play D, they're going to switch it up, man, zone, different types of zones, all kinds of stuff. So we got to stay aggressive against no matter what type of zone we're going to see.
Coach, I was talking to Sears and Pringle about Dom, but how good was it to watch him make shots? And they said he's really been going hard in practice and finally getting healthy for you.
I mean, I was super happy to see that 3 drop, but, he's been playing hard. I mean, if you watched him in the game, he played 15 minutes, had 8 points, 3 rebounds, didn't miss a field goal, didn't miss a free throw. This is his last year of college basketball. He wants to – we brought him here to help us, and he's trying to help us. So, I made the point to the team. That was like the one point I really wanted to make was, we've got some other guys that are struggling that, older guys, veteran guys. Like, the best way to get out of a slump is to play really hard. And Don Welch played really hard in practice, played really hard in the game, goes 4 for 4, 1 for 1 at the line, and contributes to a win. And I think it says a lot about Dom's character, and, that's what we're about. I mean, it's kind of like the whole blue-collar mentality. Like, you're struggling, you got to bring it every day. You can't get down on yourself and not bring it, which he hasn't. So I was really proud of him. All right, thanks.